You don't need to remodel your kitchen to sell your home fast, but you do need to do these things. Number one is going to be declutter and depersonalize. You want to make the home feel like the buyer's home and not your own. They want to be able to walk through there and picture that home as their own instead of seeing all your personal belongings or your personal pictures on the wall. Artwork, I would say, is fine. Any other kind of decorations is fine. I would just say the personal stuff as far as pictures, any kind of belongings that could be cluttering up the home, I would say let's get rid of those. So when a buyer does walk through, they're seeing what it's going to look like with the furniture, and they can actually put themselves in that home and see themselves living there versus seeing all your personal stuff and not being able to really get that vibe that they're looking for as far as having a connection with the home and falling in love with it. I think it's a lot easier if there's not a lot of clutter or personal effects all over the place. So take it for what it's worth. Just my recommendation whenever it comes to getting the home ready to hit the market. So the second thing we're going to talk about is paint touch-ups and any small repairs that you know need to be fixed. Now, a lot of times people aren't going to want to put a lot of money into the home if they're getting ready to sell it, but this is not going to cost you a lot of money, and it's going to make the home look a lot better when buyers are walking through. So make sure that if you've got chips in the walls or holes or anything like that, that's going to be kind of an eyesore whenever somebody is walking through the home to view it, then I would go ahead and take care of those things, especially if it's not going to cost you a lot of money, maybe a little bit of time to fix those things and have it looking right for when buyers do come through to take a look at it. And the third thing on the list is going to be light fixtures or any kind of hardware or anything like that that you could possibly change out. That's not going to cost you a lot of money, but it's going to kind of make everything look modern and look a little more clean. Then I would say go ahead and do that. Your light fixtures, your fans, I would say maybe the cabinet hardware, you could maybe freshen that up, give it a whole new vibe just from doing something small, but it makes a big difference whenever a buyer comes through to check out the home and see if they like it. So make sure if there's any small changes like that, just go ahead and bite the bullet and do it if you want to get your home sold as quick as possible. And number four is going to be curb appeal. We've already talked about this in previous videos, but this is very important. You want to make sure the house looks the best it possibly can whenever a buyer pulls up, because that first impression is going to determine whether or not they go into this home with an open mind or they've already shut down before they even went in it, and they're going to nitpick it to death and point out every little single thing that's wrong, and then before you know it, they're not even interested. They're moving on to the next home, didn't even give it a second thought. So make sure the curb appeal is like it should be. Now, I'm not saying you have to go all out and redo the whole landscaping, but make sure the grass is cut, make sure the pine straw or the mulch is looking good, make sure your plants are looking good, they're trimmed, they're back off of the house, and just make it look as best as you possibly can with what you're working with. And I think you'll be more than fine when it comes to buyers looking through the home, and when they pull up, they're going to see a nicely cut yard, nice bushes trimmed back off the house, don't have to worry about anything there. So I think that will kind of help them have an open mind when they walk through the rest of the home. And number five on the list is going to be smells and lighting. So you want to make sure that the home smells good whenever somebody walks in. If they're hit with a nasty odor as soon as they walk in the door, it's probably going to be a little off-putting, and they're probably not going to want to stay in there too long. So make sure the home smells good and make sure there's plenty of light. So I typically will go through the home, I'll open all the blinds, I'll turn all the lights on, make sure that it's as bright as possible, just because the vibe is a lot different when you walk into a bright home and then when you walk into that same home that doesn't have hardly any light. It's going to be two completely different vibes. Make sure you've got plenty of light, you've got the blinds open. Now, if there's something outside the blind that you're not going to want to look at, it's an eyesore, then I'll probably just keep that blind shut. But for the most part, open the blinds, turn on all the lights, make sure there's plenty of light in the home whenever they're walking through so they get a good feel for it whenever they do. Now, the last thing on my list is going to be a pre-listing walkthrough or inspections or anything like that that you might want to do to make sure the home is in the proper condition for it to hit the market. I can come out, I do this for free. I'll come out, I'll take a look at the home. If there's anything that I think should be done before it's listed, then we'll walk through the home. I'll kind of give you a list of those things, and then you can determine whether or not you want to go ahead and fix it, or maybe you're okay waiting until they get the inspection done and then you negotiate what you want to repair at that time. That's completely up to you. In my opinion, it's better to go ahead and get that done up front so you know what you're looking at, and then you can kind of already have it made up in your mind what repairs you're going to be good with and which ones you're not going to want to do. And then whenever you do get that amendment asking for repairs, it's a lot easier on the negotiation. And also, if you get a good agent, I'm going to negotiate this for you and make sure that you get to do the least amount of work as possible to get the deal done. That's about it for this video. So if you guys are in the market to sell your home, please reach out. We'd love to have that conversation, interview for the position, and just talk to you about what we can do for you when it comes to selling your home. Again, you can drop a comment or you can call us or text us at 478-888-7808. Hope y'all have a great day, and we look forward to serving you.